This was the greatest love of your life. You can't seem to get over them. The love, the obsession, the lies, the manipulation. Yet, how could you still be hooked knowing all of this? I'm going to talk about this in the video. Hello and welcome back. I hope that you're all doing really well. So, the lies, the love, the obsession. How is it the narcissist can start off being so strong, so intense, so obsessive, put you on a pedestal, you are like the best thing in the world. And listen, do not get me wrong, this feels amazing, not gonna lie, it feels absolutely amazing at the beginning of this relationship. But why is it that it only happens at the beginning of the relationship and kind of little bits during the relationship, but that's it, it just goes? I'm gonna be talking about this, how they have got you hooked and you can't let go. Narcissists have something called an attachment disorder, where they cannot attach onto you in a healthy way, but they also can't detach from you in a healthy way. And where that leaves you is that you feel this intense connection with the narcissist because literally they are obsessing over you, they've put you on a pedestal, and it's kind of like they worship you, they kind of give you everything that you have ever wanted, and this is the hook. This is why they get you hooked onto them. But as the relationship continues, it's not great, it's very toxic, it hurts you, there's a lot of manipulation, there's a lot of lies, deceit, betrayal. And then when you finally decide that actually maybe you can't continue in this relationship, the narcissist cannot detach from you. You're getting phone calls, you're getting communication. They might even be on a fake account wanting to contact you. Why is this? Why is it that they cannot let go of you? Please do not be fooled that this is them realizing the error of their ways and they want to come back. That's not what is happening here. That's not what's going on here. This is called an attachment disorder, where the person has issues with interpersonal relationships and they cannot bond, and they have an issue with being able to attach on a deeper level to the other person. Now it works like this. You see, they attach onto you because what they are doing is they want to get you to attach to them, to fall in love with them. Because what they're doing is they are mirroring. This is a technique called mirroring. And what they do is they are wanting you to fall for them, to attach to them, to bond to them. Now, this is very electrifying for the narcissist at the beginning because it's a challenge. It's a challenge to try and get you to feel these emotions for them, to be able to bond on a deeper level. They can't do this, but they're expecting this from you. Now, this is part of the disorder. Now, the reason where this comes from is in childhood, the narcissistic child would not have been accepted by their parents as they are. So what would have happened is the narcissist would have quickly learned that them as they are as a kid is not satisfying to the parent. Now, this child would have had unconditional love for their parents, and every child craves to have that validation and that attention from their parents. And every child will do anything that they can to get that attention from their parents. Now, when they are not getting it, the child then quickly learns, how do I do this? How do I get this from my parents? And so they learn to adapt. They learn to do things that will get the attention from their parent. The parent abandons the narcissistic child. The parent dismisses them because the child understands that they are not good enough. So they further try to change who they are to please their parent, to get that validation, to get their needs met. And this is the cycle that goes on. This isn't changed. This doesn't change at all. So as the child then grows up into adolescence, into early adulthood, this is how the child learns to get the affection and to get their needs met from others. So when they come into the relationship from you, they learn that they need to be able to please you at the beginning because they want that validation. They want your attention. And you're thinking, oh my God, this person has fallen in love with me. This is my soulmate. I love them. This is the best thing. Because it does feel amazing when somebody does this for you. So this cannot last. This doesn't have longevity. You then get hooked onto that feeling of obsession, that feeling of being worshipped, that feeling of it being just so amazing. And you construct this idea of the narcissist as this is how they are. So when they fall short, when as the relationship goes on, they don't do this, you're in your mind, you're always thinking, yeah, but they were like this. This is who they were. And so it doesn't matter whether the narcissist is awful, they shout at you, they put you down, they dismiss you, they manipulate you, they control you. You're always thinking, but they were like this. So in your mind, you're thinking, right, I know that they can be this, so I'm going to stick around, I'm going to stay. Which is why this is where the toxic cycle begins. This is where the trauma bond begins. The narcissist is never going to be able to be that person. This is who they were at the beginning. This was all just to basically hook you in. They are never going to change from that person. So when you're at the end of the relationship and you're in no contact, this is where the trauma bond gets you, because you're thinking, this is who they are. This is just an illusion. They are never going to get back to being that person. They can't sustain it. That's not truly who they are. Remember, they are doing this because they want to get you to fall in love with them. They want this validation from you. They are doing this to get their own needs met. It's not malicious. It's not that they don't at the time feel that for you, but it's not something that they can sustain. They want you to meet their needs, which is why they do this. They are going to do this with everyone that they meet. They are like this with friends, with lovers. They are not going to change. This is who they are. They do this with everybody so that that person gets to know a reality of them that is not real, that's someone who they want others to see. It's part of the illusion. Because inside what's going on is they know that they are not this. This is deceitful. But inside they feel this deep anxiety, this deep depression that they don't want to show to the world. They don't want to show other people. Yes, of course they would have showed it to you because maybe at points they would have been vulnerable, but actually they don't feel this connection to you. What they are doing is it's to get their needs met. They want the validation. They don't feel good enough. Yes, you've heard me right. They don't feel good enough. Like, this is who they are. This is the problems with the interpersonal relationships that they have. They can't sustain it. It's always going to end because it's this toxic cocktail of emotions that are going around in their mind that they're not good enough. They can't do this. They need to meet their needs. They don't feel worthy enough. But this big exterior, this big kind of illusion, this confidence that they have, it's a toxic confidence. It's not real. It's an act. They're trying to feel accepted in the world because they know on some level that the way that they are in the world is not real. They don't even know who they are. They have a few different personalities within them because they're trying to blend into other people around them. They want to feel accepted because they're always the kind of people on the outside looking in. They know that in their current state, there is something not okay with them. And they know that they behave differently. They can't put their finger on it. They probably don't realize that they are narcissistic. Some of them maybe do, but they don't realize it. So they can't, if you don't have that awareness, you can't change it. And they're not going to accept this from you if you go and tell them, oh, you're a narcissist. Can you imagine someone coming up to you and saying you've got a personality disorder? You're going to be like, what the hell? You don't want to accept it because it's quite embarrassing and it's quite a hefty label to say that someone has a personality disorder. So this is where all the obsession and the love and this toxic cocktail of emotion comes from. This is where the trauma bond continues. You've got to realize that the person that you met right at the beginning of this relationship isn't who they are, is not who they are going to be. It's not this fantasy that you've created. What you have experienced is a window into their world, a window into their fantasy world. It's not the truth. It doesn't exist like this. This person is not able to change because they don't have the introspection to be able to do that. They don't have the skills to be able to look within and be able to change. This is why the narcissist makes you feel obsessed with them, because that's how they were at the beginning. They showed you this, so it makes you feel this, because you've got to understand there's this energetic exchange that happens between you and the narcissist. The more time that you spend with them, or the more time you spend thinking about them, you have a window into their world. And this is the energetic exchange. You end up behaving like them. You end up thinking like them, because the more time that you spend with them, this is how they are going to make you feel. And what you have to realize is, this is not reality. This is not the reality of the situation. You are being conned into thinking a different reality because of their manipulation, because of their gaslighting, because of them making you believe a different reality than what really is going on here. And this is the fact. This is the reality of the situation, is that you are being tricked. This isn't real. The obsession that you feel for them is not okay, is not what's going on here. It's something to keep you hooked. They don't want you to give them up. They don't want you to forget about them, which is why they constantly ask these questions or do these certain behaviors to make you think that actually maybe they care, or actually maybe there is something in it, but it's not. They don't care. All they care about is to get their own needs met. So this is why you're feeling this obsession towards them. This is why you are feeling this connection with them, but it's a toxic connection. It doesn't mean that they love you in that way. It's a chemical bond of oxytocin, of adrenaline and cortisol. That is what's happening here. So you need to realize that this isn't going to change unless you do something about it. But you need to realize that it's not the truth. The truth is that what they are doing is showing you their own childhood. That's what they went through. That's how they were treated. So they're just repeating patterns from childhood, and they're bringing them into your relationship. You need to leave, because this isn't going to change. It's going to affect you, and it's going to make you feel ill. So guys, I really hope that this video helps you to see this from another perspective. The lies, the obsession, what is going on, why this happens. If you are someone that is going through this, please know that I offer one-to-one consultations. Please see the description box below. I also have a journal club, which I post prompts every Monday. This is to help you keep on track of your healing journey. If you would like to join this, please see the description box. Also know that I'm going to be offering a mentorship. Again, if you would like more information, please see the description box. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.